welcome to Wattsall Stadium on this cold January evening, where today Bradford Northern entertain Wakefield Trinity in the Stones Bitter Championship. This is the type of match that could have really the opposite consequences for both sides. Bradford Northern, if they win, could find ourselves sitting proudly at the top of the Stones Bitter Premier Division, whereas the Wakefield Trinity could find ourselves very, very deep in the relegation zone. Looking at the team news then, Bradford Northern, after that magnificent victory at Sheffield last week, they have Dave Watson, who was my manager last week at number 1, a welcome return to Dio Powell, Donald Shelford and Paul Newell, the Dick Paces centres, and Brimmer Kebby, the man in the form at the moment, a hat-trick hero of last week at number 5. Neil Summers reverts from the wing to number 6, a more familiar position to him, where he replaces David Heron, who today is substitute. Derek Fox, of course, the club captain at number 7. Paul Gratian, Trevor Clark, John Hamer form the front row, along with Roy Powell and Paul Dixon, the former Leeds duo. Have Carl Fairbank at number 13. Along with David Heron, the substitute, it's Paul Medley. The Wakefield team, as I said, very much a week of turmoil at Wakefield Trinity. Announced earlier in the week that there was going to be a pay cook among the ranks. One or two of the players didn't quite like it. It'll be very, very interesting to see how they perform today. They start with Gary Spencer at number 1, Gary Christie 2, Andy Mason, very much now a stalwart of the side at number 3, Adrian Finn, probably a surprise choice at number 4. International academy level in the second row, he partners Andy Wilson on the left flank. Henry Paul, reverting that academy side, was the captain of the junior All Blacks this year, and he has Billy Conway at number 7. Billy, of course, having switched from number 9 to number 7 with a partner of Jeff Bagnall. Steve Durham, Matthew Fuller and John Clancy are in the front row. Nigel Bell, Dave Woods, the club captain, at number 11 and 12, and Richard Slater at number 13. Lee Hanlon, the former Batley standoff and Hull standoff, at number 6, now number 14, along with Paul Brown, recently signed from local amateur rugby league. So Wakefield Trinity prepare to start the game. The referees for this evening game, somebody who seems to be a permanent fixture at Wattsall these days, Mr. John Connolly. Just having a brief look at his watch, and away we go. Henry Paul starting the game. Of course, the game being covered by Sky TV tonight as Paul Dixon drives the ball out, probably accounting for this rather scant crowd, as Roy Powell. Bradford Northern, of course, very fired up. Know that win today can take them to the top of that table. Open a little gap between them and Wigan. There the youngsters will be out for the big game. With the release of David Hobbs, a chance for young Paul Gratian to get himself permanently in that number 8 position. Fox, who had a magnificent kicking game. Straight away, Carl Fenn with a bit of football skill, looking for an obstruction. Bradford Northern get the ball, that'll be 6 more. Yes, said Mr. Conley. Gaps galore on this right-hand side. Hamer takes the ball in. Possibly should have moved the ball a little bit wider. The numbers were on there. Fox. Fairbank loitering in the centre, gets the ball to Kebby, but a very, very good tackle there by Andy Wilson, very very fast on his man. Northern done everything though to keep the ball alive. Certainly been value for money over the last few weeks with the brand of football that they have been playing. Gratian blasts through the first tackle. Well tackled there though. Fox decides to exploit the blind side, a little bit of a kick through. Good chase by Bradford Northern. Ball's gone down as a try straight away from the off. Looked like Donald Shelford. Well, a dream start for Bradford. Well, we've seen Bradford Northern start off like this before and just ease up a little bit as the game progresses. Let's hope today they can, if they do manage to get away, take Wakefield to the cleaners, because after 1 or 2 narrow victories, to say the least, the last couple of weeks, really would like to see a bit of a points difference opening up between the for and against in that table. Once again, you can see the big gaps out wide here. Neil Summers, bit of a mistake there from Neil Summers, but good defence. Good ball by Fuller. Bradford defence, apart from the first 20 minutes in both games against Sheffield, has been very, very strong this season. You see the example of it. No gaps. There's both Roy Powell and Carl Fairbank. Carl Fairbank working well from marker. Good interplay there. Henry Paul, a man very much that Bradford Northern are going to have to keep their eye on. Newlove with his first touch of the match. Newlove, the kind of player that can be very, very quiet for 60-70 minutes and all of a sudden just explode onto the game, as the Bradford fans have seen so often this season. Gratian been very, very busy in this first 5 minutes. Good switch of play. Fairbank looking hungry for work today. That's good to see. Fox, Mrs. Powell out. Lovely ball from Summers to Watson. Watson with that lovely little pass. Really Mr. Unpredictable is Dave Watson. Fox again. Jabs that one through. Well, straight to fullback Gary Spencer. Conway there wanted to quick play the ball. Wilson, who drifted in from the wing, looking to help out his forwards. Well, we'll see another mistake there, the second of the evening. Well, Mr. Conley's seen something a little bit untowards there. Calling for a knock-on, saying possibly one of the Bradford Northern players knocked the ball after that or charged that one down, but in my opinion the ball must have gone towards the Bradford player, so how could it be a knock-on? Anyway, he's given the decision, and the decision is it's a scrum down. It'll be Wakefield's head and ball, somewhat to the dismay of the fans on the far side, and I'm sure to Peter Fox. Once again, it's Paul coming into the line, drew his man beautifully there, but the outside runner, Adrian Flynn, on that occasion. Now we see the youngster with the ball. Very, very strong runner, very, very powerful. Devastating at his own age level. He played against the Bradford Northern Academy team, which is a very young team this year, and just ran riot, did young Flynn. So now it's Wakefield, numbers outside. Catweller wide, and ball goes down again. This time Mr. Conley looks for the touch judge for a little bit of help and decides to give a knock on that occasion. It's in Bradford's favour. Mr. Versatile Nigel Belper in the second row for Wakefield today. Certainly been a very valuable servant to the club. Summers now. Summers looking to get into top gear. Dixon has worked well to get round from the pack. Well, surely number 9 must have been offside in that occasion. That's Billy, not Billy Conway, sorry. Billy, of course, usually plays hooker, now playing number 7. That's Matthew Fuller. Giving away a silly penalty. Straight away one of the Wakefield physios on the field and having a word with him. Obviously David Toppis not happy with that. Still a little infringement, giving Bradford Northern all the advantage. Clark, that's in half-back. Haven't seen him scoot away from the half-back position yet, as Roy Powell certainly got to the hearts of the Bradford fans of Roy Powell in his short time at Oxford Stadium. This time it's Grayson. Grayson going in, holding the ball up. Inside to Dixon. Dixon just... Well, I don't know whether that high tackle caught him. I think it did catch Dixon. He's gone down to the ground. His polex there. It looks like a high tackle from up here in the gantry. A tough cookie though is Paul. Sure it'll take more than that to put him out of the game, but at the present moment in time he doesn't look too well. Marie Griffiths, the Bradford Northern physio, showing a fair turn of pace as she shot across the field there. Certainly left Nigel Stevenson for pace. But Nigel will be the first to admit that it wasn't really his pace that got him there, it was his brain, his rugby brain. So Dixon gets the treatment. Mr. Conley indicates a high tackle. Be a free kick right underneath those Bradford Northern points. Underneath those Bradford Northern sticks, give Derek Fox a chance to increase the lead to 6. I have no doubt that this will be his 77th goal of the season. Strikes that one, an excellent kick there from Derek Fox.
The penalty on the score, number 7, Derek Fox.
And of course, I'm saying there, 77th goal of the season. It's his 77th goal for Bradford Northern. I'll tell you in a little while exactly how many Derek's kicked this season. Of course, he's shared the kicking duties with David Hobbs for quite a while. As Watson picks up the ball. Steps inside, look at him holding that man out. "29 minutes of this half remaining." Dixon seems to have fully recovered from a little bit of a knock. The attention of the Wakefield players, and here comes Gratian again. Certainly benefiting from this extended run in the first team. Wakefield yards offside this time. Shelford, no real chance there to get Dial Powell away like a good centre. Keeping hold of that ball. Not making life difficult for his wing partner as Summers straightens up. But once again, good defence from Wakefield Trinity. Once again, a switch of play. Derek Fox once again, though, peppering that far side. Well taken. I think Gary Christie stepping inside. Christie, of course, coming back after that horrendous injury he received. I think it was in the first match after his transfer from Oldham to Bellevue. That's Clancy. Going forward, Paul Dixon and Neil Summers row. And that must be a slightly forward, yes, said Mr. Conley. Interested to see whether he just gives a scrum or will he give deliberate offside and give the free kick to Bradford. Big Steve Durham, who was on the receiving end of that forward pass. Fox has got Watson in the line. Watson switches the ball inside to Nui. Nui just nearly steps out of that first tackle. Give him an inch in his away. Once again, we see the tremendous work rate of the Bradford forwards as Fairbanks comes from round the pack. And Bradford certainly playing festival rugby at the moment, keeping the ball alive. It's Gratian again. Gratian looking round, gets the ball away to Shelford. Shelford steps out of one, but just can't manage to make that extra yard. Darryl Powell in close support. Dixon decides to scoot away from acting half-back, taking the player right underneath those Wakefield Trinity posts. Clark finds Fox. Fox not kicking this time, it's Watson. Watson straightens up, cuts inside, steps out of one. Keeps the ball alive again, a little bit flat. Back inside, and Bradford that occasion coming back to the blind side, but finding that attacking force just a little bit too flat. Wonderfully held up ball there, and if we go for a try here, well, that's a tremendous try from Bradford Northern. Classic rugby, close support play, drawing the man supporting on the shoulder, couldn't quite catch from here who it was. But an excellent try. Certainly one for the purists. And really one has to say, when Bradford are playing like this, they are as good as anybody in the league. Dave Watson certainly had a big hand in it. Derek Fox just once again striking that ball beautifully right between the uprights. Bradford Northern 12, Wakefield 0.
Number 6, Neil Summers, and the goal converted by number 7, Derek Fox.
Well, Neil Summers there getting the benefit of that close support play. with a well-deserved try, one that'll do his confidence a world of good. Came in for a little bit of criticism, did Neil, a couple of weeks ago, which saw coach Peter Fox put him out on the wing for a game or two just to give the youngster his confidence back. A lot of people forget he's only 24, is Neil. Seems to have been around for a long time. Mistake from Bradford there though in their own 25, very uncharacteristic. So it's Mason at acting halfback. Paul who cuts inside. Nigel Bell, not the biggest of second row men, but certainly has one of the biggest hearts in rugby league. Good play from Fuller, bringing his man on, dumbing inside. But Powell and Hamer up to it. Look at Northern working from that marker. It's Gratian that goes up. Fairbank in support. Ball goes to the ground. The Bradford Northern come away with it. Back to one, says the referee. The crowd don't like it. The Northern players don't like it, but they'll have to get on with it. That looked like a knock on to me. Mr. Connolly misses it. Nice little work move inside to Mason. Touch should have missed. The Dutch judge thankfully caught that. So it'll be a scrum down. Bradford Northern benefited on this occasion as Summers once again drives the ball in. Good tackle by the opposite number. Dio going forward, then Dio Powell. He received a nasty injury. Well, once again though, Bradford Northern looking well. Good pass from Fairbank, well taken by Watson. Watson gets the wheeler ball, beauty fit to Nulov. Nulov gets his man Kevy away. Kevy tries to step outside, but a wonderful tackle by Christie, but excellent rugby by Bradford Northern. Wakefield plays coming back in. All Bradford Northern to load it. Grayson gets the ball out. Unlucky. Would have been a brilliant pick-up by Shelford if he pulled that one out, but very, very hard to criticise the Bradford Northern players there though. That one, Bradford looking to zip the ball wide. Paul Gratian, in his enthusiasm, found himself in the position normally occupied by the standoff and just didn't have that sleight of hand to get the ball out wide to Shelford. However, it was once again lovely play from Bradford, certainly warming the crowd up on this cold January evening. Nigel Bell asking to the referee to be interfered with there, that play the ball, but the referee says no, so we play on. Out to Clancy. Clancy with no support, good tackling by Bradford. Paul Newlove coming in from the centre. Conway. No way through for Wakefield at the moment. This rock solid Bradford defence. Henry Paul being forced wide there by the chasing of Roy Powell. Catches the ball but far too strongly and the ball going dead. Nice little tap for Bradford Northern on the 25. Derek Fox has to be careful that all his players are onside. Roy Powell just sprinting to get back. Roy, of course, who chased the kicker. And it's Powell who's coming to the line, taking that first drive in. Out to Hamer, who's been feeling the benefit of the presence of Paul Gratian, taking a lot of that workload off him. Dixon, it's Fuller. So despite being 12-0 down, as we approach the quarter stage of the match, nice little slip there from Gratian. Gratian's been at this excellent. Look at wonderful play from Watson. Fairbank gets his man away, but just couldn't quite take that one. Possibly a hint of an off the ball there. Bradford have the ball, has to be play on. Yes, said Mr. Connolly. Wakefield yards offside on that occasion. Roy Powell really receiving the treatment just as he got the ball. No way could those Wakefield defenders have been back to 10 metres specified in the rule book as John Hamer takes the ball forward. Fox now with all the options, looks like they're going to hit the blind side. Believing I fell for it. Silly pass though there from Fairbank. Rolling on the ground, but on this occasion just not coming off. Bradford up very, very fast. Mr. Connolly allowing the game to flow as Conway gets the ball out to Spencer, who finds a big strong Adrian Flynn. Certainly one to watch in the future is this young Flynn. Might not be tall enough for some of the purists as a second row forward, but a very, very strong lad. Well, Clancy there claiming he will tackle a little bit high. Conway puts it through. Wasn't really intended, but will it come off? Paul goes down. Dave Watson makes a magnificent pick-up right on the toes of Henry Paul. The kind of pick-up there that Bruce Globler would have been proud of. Brilliant play from the Kiwi international. Gets the bar, and with that forward. Well, probably just level, and in today's game it's a forward pass is a level pass, so Mr. Connolly giving Wakefield the ball. Out to Spence, who's slipped in the standoff when the two dummy runners coming through as Mason goes in. Mason will be one of the better rugby union signings after signing from Round Here Rugby Union. Spell at lead before going to Bramley and snapped up by Wakefield Trinity. Fuller. It's a ball to David Woods. David Woods looking ominous at the moment of this lovely pass. Paul straightens up. That's a good try, is that? Excellent try by Wakefield Trinity. Good feet work there. Good balance by, I think it was Paul Henry Paul. Catching the Northern defence a little bit flat-footed. So it's Wakefield Trinity certainly taking their time back. Looking for his conversion, strikes the ball cleanly, no mistake.
The try scorer and the goal scorer for Wakefield Trinity, number 6, Henry Paul.
So Henry Paul with his first try at Oxford Stadium and his first goal. With 17 minutes remaining of the second half. Bradford Northern in a 12 points to 6 lead. Fox this time doesn't kick the ball quite as far. Gives it a low trajectory. Takes the ball just inside the Wakefield 25. Gratian and Hamer pick the man up and drive them back. Good step inside by Paul. Certainly been a good buy for Wakefield Trinity as Henry Paul. Hasn't quite transformed them since he came. Certainly was a big job for the youngsters to do. Only 19 years old. But his results have picked up a little bit, and it only hopes that it comes off for them. So good into passing there by Wakefield. Bradford Northern eventually moving up, deciding to kill the ball. Referee saying back to one, that Bradford Northern man touched the ball. I must admit, I didn't see that. However, Mr. Connolly did. This time Woods walking straight into Carl Fairbank as Fuller holds the ball up well. Conway bobbing and weaving. Well, a little bit unlucky there. Was the first knock on by the Bradford player, or did Henry Paul knock on? Mr. Connolly asking what the way to give the decision. Gives the ball to Wakefield Trinity. I'm going to say the neutral, obviously not a neutral, but he put it right on that occasion. I don't think the ball touched the floor when Paul dropped it. Dio made an attempt to get it. You see Paul now stepping inside of Nigel Bell. Working the ball hard down the ruck of Wakefield, sending that first man every time. This time it's Clancy, he gets the ball out, ball goes back. Crowd call for a knock on. Once again, the referee looks to the linesman. Very, very late with his decision, this referee today. Obviously been some talking in the referee's changing room that he will look to the linesman on possibly every occasion. Summers tries to go himself. He's yet to break that game line as young Nigel, as young Neil. So the Bradford fans are becoming a little bit frustrated. Gratian still towing away. Young Paul takes the ball now, just 3 or 4 metres short of the halfway line. Roy Powell, so it's straightforward down the middle stuff at the moment from Bradford, trying to suck in that Wakefield defence to give Derek Fox the options. Well, at last Mr. Connolly gives Bradford a free kick for laying on. Just let's hope he's consistent in this. The last home game that Bradford played, it was just an absolute farce. The amount of laying on that the referee allowed on that occasion. Players not quite knowing what to do. So Bradford Northern taking that ball in from the far touch line towards the post. Here comes Gratian. Once again Bradford Northern looking for the switch. It's Fairbank, he manages to take it, a little bit of a juggling act, but eventually gets the ball. A nice little pass to Summers. Fox puts Watson inside. Now Bradford Northern looking deep. Long ball, brilliantly taken by Newlove. Not the best of passes that time from little Derek Fox, but Paul Newlove, knowing it was coming. This time Fox puts the kick through, Kebby's chasing it behind. Good defence. Well chased by Bradford. First time this evening we've seen a little kick from Derek. Paid great dividends in the last few weeks. Especially the Summers Shelford combination. The referee just stopping the clock for a second while Wakefield defence gathered the ball. Here we go again. Long deep kick by Paul. Kebby there, quite sensibly using his feet to bring that one under control. Powell. Clark gets the ball to Fairbank. Fairbank tries a pass, then changes his mind and then loses it in the process. Once again letting Wakefield off the hook as Paul steps inside. Very, very tricky customer, this young Kiwi. Andy Wilson. This time it's Flynn. Flynn obviously now beginning to play like a second row man. He's driving in hard, some pulling down there. Coached in his formative years by assistant coach at Bradford, Nigel Stevenson at the Dewsbury Moor Club. The last tackle. Little tip through. Watson seems to have read it well. Picks it up brilliantly. Great chase by Gary Christie as Ketmore just can't quite get away. Look at Bradford wanting to quick play the ball. Newlove gets the ball to Fairbank. Fairbank this time manages to get it away successfully to Powell. Powell to Hamer. Gratian steps out of one, spins round looking for the pass, but this time just can't manage to get that ball away. Trevor Clark wants to quick play the ball. Gets the ball to Fox. Fox holds it up well. Summers there really had gone through the gap before he got the ball. Keeping the ball alive well. Clancy there looked round. He hit and he spun round, but there was nobody in support. Big Steve Durham. And the third tackle for Wakefield. So eventually we come to the last tackle. Spencer wants it. It's a very high ball. Wakefield are chasing well. A little bit unlucky on that occasion. If they'd caught that one right, I'm sure that would have been 6 points. And Bradford North, after commanding the game for such a long period, would have found themselves even Stevens. Just 9 minutes to go before half time. Summers comes with the ball, hands on to Shelford. Well, Bowell, a little bit lucky to get away with that one, was the youngster. Just saw there an example of his strength there, who knocked away young Adrian Flynn, swatted him off like a fly. That's one of the many really, I suppose, after coaching Dowell as a youngster, hoping that the lad gets an extended run in the first team. Nasty tackle there. Fortunately, Grayson's all right, seems to shake his head a little bit. Hamer goes forward. Once again, good support play. Watson loses the ball, and Bradford, for the 6th or 7th time this evening, letting that ball go onto the ground in the 3rd or 4th tackle. And I'm sure it's something that Nigel Stevenson and Peter Fox will have something to say about half time, is the way that Bradford Northern are controlling the ball. They must start looking after it for 6 tackles and start putting pressure on Bradford Northern. I think an example of that is how many times have we seen Derek Fox kick? Possibly maybe 2-3 times, when generally we see Derek peppering the defence, putting those long raking kicks into the corner, turning the defence, and we haven't seen him do it tonight because Bradford Northern are losing that ball on so many occasions. Once again, it's Spencer. Gets the ball alive, keeps it alive, should I say. Well picked up by Nigel Bell. Now it's the last tackle. Not the best of kicks really. Bradford should have no trouble filling this one, and they don't, and Shelford goes in there. Big chase by Slater. So No Love wanting a bit of the action has come right from the far side. And so the Bradford fans looking a little bit frustrated, but we'll have to give credit to the Wakefield defence. They're certainly working hard from the marker, chasing Bradford at first man. So Summers goes through. The last tackle. Now we see Derek Fox, this time does put a kick in into that corner. Very high kick, well taken by Christie. Christie decides to run it out himself, even though he had the option of Henry Paul outside him. Now Paul has the ball. Flynn straight into Paul Grayson. Well, Wakefield not quite prepared for that long back pass there. Put themselves under a little bit of pressure. Lovely sidestep by Spencer, and he's showing great pace as he goes away. Well pulled back by Paul No Love. Paul's in the line again, puts a little chip through, he'll pick it up himself, he does. Beautiful little back pass there, but the ball goes down, and that was very enterprising play by Henry Paul. Certainly looking a class act at the moment, is this youngster. Watson gets the ball to Kebby. Kebby steps inside beautifully. Straight into the waiting arms of Nigel Bell. Unceremoniously barged into the ground. Better play from Bradford. Watson's got a gap out here. Hamer couldn't quite take it. And once again, Bradford Northern put the ball on the ground. The calming influence of David Heron as we start the second half, as Paul comes in, holds the ball up beautiful for Wilson. Adrian Finn stepping out of one, but Powell and Shelford sticking to him like glue. Bradford Northern first, right on the 10-metre line. Ball goes inside. Hint of a forward pass as Steve Durham takes the ball in. about a metre short of the 22-metre line. Once again, it's this time at Wakefield lose the ball. One only has to say that it's probably the sticky conditions out there that are causing problems for both teams. Handling errors now must be well into double figures. Watson, who comes into the line from the scrum again. Three minutes to go before the half-time hooter, as Bradford Northern struggles to get out of these 22 metres. Summers scoots away from the acting half-back position, something that Bradford Northern haven't done, in my opinion. Enough in this first half. Good break from Dixon. Clark was in support, but he decided not to pass it as Powell. This time Bradford Northern knew better to get a roll on. Fox puts the ball straight into the arms of Andy Wilson. Andy Wilson tries to go round Paul Gratian, but the detour too big to take, and Paul pulls him down. Good tackle by the prop forward on the winger. Once again, Wakefield keeping the ball alive well. Paul causing all kinds of problems out here at the moment, and Bradford Northern certainly had to keep a close eye on him in the second half. As we come to the final tackle, Dave Woods getting a strong drive. Kebby's dropped back. Plenty of time to read this, picks the ball up. Doesn't use Watson, decides to go himself. Well, Watson getting blasted to the ground there. Sure, that one knocked the wind out of his sails. Can't really say it was a spear tackle, more of a body slam really, straight from the WWF. Later fella's certainly all right though. Bradford Northern have the free kick. And it's a rough, tough game, and the players get on with it. The crowd are baying for blood. But a sensible decision there, Mr. Conley, just taking the heat out of the situation, giving Bradford the free kick, and Hamer takes the ball now, and we're going to see a little try for Bradford just before half-time. Powell takes the ball to the post. Bradford ought to be careful, look after this ball. Not to panic on the line. Run round, and here comes Bradford now. Gap there for Fairbank, but Wakefield shuffle across and close it up. To Fox. Long ball out, Nolan steps inside beautifully, inside again. The big fella straightens up, and look at that for class. Brilliant play by Paul Nolov. Straight out of the top draw once again, just when Bradford Northern needed it. Up comes the big fella and knocks another big chunk off that £250,000 signing on fee. Needed it. Taking the pressure off a little bit. Derek Fox completes the formality of 2 points. There goes the half-time hooter. So Bradford Northern with 3 tries. 1 for Shelford, 1 for Newlove and 1 for Summers. And 3 goals for little Derek Fox, putting them in a more commanding half-time position of 18 points to 6. 5 seconds to go. Well, looking around, it's for the early substitutions from Bradford Northern. Both David Heron and Paul Medley are on. And I'll tell you in a moment's time who they've replaced. Long kick from Fox into this Wakefield quarter. A try by Paul Newell just before half-time, taking a little bit of pressure off. Big Steve Durham there, stepping out of a couple of shape-footed tackles from Bradford Northern on that occasion. Paul Newell, he'll have been given the role to chase from marker, something that he does extremely well, chasing that first man. Long ball out from Conway to the big number 10, John Clancy. Long ball back to Fox. He's put under pressure by Paul Newell, but manages to get the kick away. Powell goes back, picks it up well. Straight into the arms of Richard Slater. Good yards from Watson. Looks as though it's possibly Trevor Clark that's left the field. One of the substitutions. Medley. An early touch of the ball. Up to Fox. Fox to Hedden. Hedden, once they spoke of that class already. Got a man outside of his Powell, couldn't get the ball in. Wayward pass from Fairbank. Watson picks it up well. Fox puts the kick in, bit of it under pressure. Spencer's back there, takes it on the full on his 25. It'll be a quick tap, I'm sure, by Wakefield off the goal. But wonderful play there from David Heron. 18 years in the game, a superb professional. A testimony to his dedication. He's still playing first-class rugby league today. Becoming more and more a game for youngsters, but there's David, defying all the critics, turning in match-winning displays week after week for Bradford Northern. Certainly one of the buys of the season. Wilson does well, keeps the ball alive well, and certainly Wakefield. Watson will have to go high for this one. Bit of interference there, but he hangs on to the ball by his fingertips. No love, closely marshalled on that occasion. Kebby. Not really Kebby's favourite role, that, running into two big hefty forwards. Not like this guy here who thrives on it. Fox. Good ball to Hedden. Hedden just times that ball again. Superbly to Summers. He's going to have the pace to come on the outside. Will Summers. He's going to come in, stand his man and go out again. Good defence there though by Spencer. Long ball. Bradford on the attack again. Wakefield yards offside. Hedden is telling all kinds of balls in this defence as Dixon goes in. That'll be back to one. Bradford get the ball. Have they got the strength and the power to go over to keep it alive? There's no need to. They've got 6 more. Well, extra pass not needed on that occasion. So an excellent passage of play by Bradford Northern. Certainly a lively 5 minutes of this second half. And as the game goes on, it's certainly becoming more and more. Well, what the decision is going to give there? Bradford eventually come away with the ball. Did they knock it on? Did Wakefield knock it on? Well, it's Bradford's ball. I was going to say, as the game wears on, the numbers on the Wakefield shirts becoming very, very hard to distinguish. As Wakefield make their first substitution of the game. The young Lee Hanlon who comes on.
For Wakefield, number 14, Lee Hanlon replaces number 1, Gary Spencer.
Hanlon coming on for Spencer, so Spencer must have had a bit of a knock. There's the move that we've been waiting for. Obviously Wakefield aware of it. Possibly the kick could have been angled a little bit better. Straight kick, virtually not putting the full-back under much pressure. Nigel Bell. Certainly missed 110% in Nigel Bell. Young Flynn. Bradford Northern defending well, but Wakefield now have the numbers. Not the better. Certainly obstruction there. Anybody seen it? Certainly everybody in the stand saw it. Linesman and referee both said play on. What a bad decision that was. Little Kebby pull back. All they had to do was get a foot to that one and it had been try time. Fox holds the ball up beautifully. Out to big Roy Powell. Northern now with numbers out on the right hand side. Heron comes in. Long ball out to Medley. Summers taking the ball in straight and into the spear tackle there. Referee says no. The fans don't like it. Powell on the dummy run wide. Fox fouling everybody. On that occasion, I think not even the Bradford Northern players knew where that one was going. Out to Heron. Heron, a class act. Look at him standing up again. Last tackle. Will Bradford take the one or will they run it? Not the best of the play the balls from the little kick through. Straight there. In the arms of the Wakefield defence, who accept it gratefully. Lancy comes out wide. Kevy goes in, but it's swatted off by Christie. Don't really think Christie wanted that ball, but when he got it, he had no option but to run hard and straight. Fuller now hits the man wide. Good passage of players. Mason comes away with the ball. Hint of obstruction, but the referee says play on. Well, last tackle. Wakefield have gone 80 yards in that movement. They've now overloaded the blind side. They've got numbers out wide. Ball goes to ground. The Bradford defence is there. It's good enough. They have the ball. Referee says it's a knock on though. Certainly the fans on the far side don't like it. I can't see it. Knock on by the Wakefield penalty, so it'll be a handover. Bradford's play the ball in that bottom corner. Certainly does become a little bit dark in these corners. You can see why Sky TV want the extra light in. Out to Gratian. He knocks one off, but then there's two more waiting for him. Early Bradford want a quick play the ball. Fairbank drives in. He gets up to play the ball, but it's caught again, and Carl won't like that. Little Foxy puts one into the corner. An angled kick. Forcing Henry Paul, who's now reverted to number one. Takes on Summers on the outside, but Summers has the pace to give him the outside and pull him down. Wilson with that clean shirt comes in from the wing. Nigel Bell. Well, a high tackle there. Certainly made the most of it into Wakefield, number 7. (18-6), half an hour left of the game. Referee indicating there why the free kick has been given. A high tackle by the Bradford Northern number 15, Paul Medley. Quick of a word. Tell him to keep his tackles down in future. So it'll be Henry Paul with the kick. One of his many fortes. Clears the barrier into the crowd over the speedway track. Little Matthew Fuller, who's certainly been busy in the first half. Gives the ball to big Steve Durham. Good play by Wakefield, obviously planned move there. Second phase coming through. Paul again, who holds the ball up beautifully again, and Bradford go in. This time referee said it isn't an high tackle despite the protest of the Wakefield players. Fuller certainly playing well. Nil interception time there by Bradford though. No love with a clearance to the line, he could call that one. That had to be offside there by Lee Hanlon. Didn't make an attempt to get onside. Here comes Watson. Gratian now shooting away from marker. I don't think Paul shot away from that marker position like that since we're at Batley High School. Dixon now keeping the ball alive. Medley in close support, but the pass not coming. It's a last tackle. Foxy wants it again. Little stab through, making Paul chase across the pitch. All the Northern chasers are there. Fox has put them all on side. Really, Wakefield looking a little bit in disarray at times, and Bradford should be getting among them and knocking them down just like Medley did there. That's more like it. Putting them under pressure, working a little bit hard from marker. Something they haven't really done tonight. Hanlon does well, steps to men brilliantly. Well, it's Paul again who just squatted off Heron. And it's champagne stuff at the moment from Wakefield, but Bradford have the ball as Heron picks it up. Now it's Watson. Watson eventually gets the ball away to Fox. Fox wants some runners with him, but there's nobody there. Now Watson hits a blind side to Fairbank, who's back in the line. Watson. He hits Fox. Dixon. Gratian, who certainly played well. Tried to loop that one round the back of the defence, but couldn't quite manage to get the pass in. Fox again. Obviously the kick being singled because Newell's already halfway down the pitch. And is that one going to roll dead? Yes it is. That'll be a tap on the 22. As Henry Paul drives the ball in from the tap. He's certainly earning his coin, is this lad. Involved in everything that Wakefield do, in attack and defence. As Clancy straightens up. Gets the ball away to Flynn. Flynn puts a wild pass out, but Wakefield managed to control the ball. The last tackle. Wakefield, Hanlon switching round because they're going to open over the blind side. Ball charged down, that should be play on, but it'll be back to one. Wilson gets the ball. Steps out of one tackle, then steps out of two, and he's still going strong. Little bit of kick, he hits, he spins. First tackle to Wakefield. This time the charge down not coming off. As big Steve Durham gets the ball away to Hanlon. So it's all hands to the pumps at the moment in his Bradford defence. Wakefield once again pound away, a long pass. Paul holds the ball up beautifully. The man though not running into the gap, running straight into the Bradford defence. Well, Wakefield getting a rather scrappy try there. Somewhat of a melee, very difficult to see who scored. But with 24 minutes to go, it brings them right back into the game. Northern now only one score in front. Bit of a shambles there. PR man got that one out because it could have been anybody, but of course he's much higher up there. He's got to clear the view, and now Northern must get their finger out. Let's get this game out of Wakefield's reach, because they're right in there at 18-12. Northern really just do look as though they've got another gear to go to him anytime they want. Possibly that's the way they feel it, but they've really got to get that killer instinct into them. But to get it Hanlon shooting away from the marker, an area that Peter Fox criticised his team for in the match at Sheffield. Switching it once again, and they're keeping the ball alive. Well, you could see there, well, Bradford hadn't moved forward. Hanlon, the golden rule is that you move up on both sides, not just on the side the ball's going, because good sides will crucify it. They'll switch it blind, they'll switch it left and switch it right. Now we come to the last tackle. Well, that one a yard forward. Won't get out of place in the Super Bowl, wouldn't that pass? So Bradford Northern now. Once again though, it's little Watson that's got to take Bradford Northern forward. Is it going to be another bit of magic from this fella? Or one of those long-range efforts from Brimmer-Kevy that just takes Bradford Northern away from this valiant Wakefield side? That ball's gone to the ground, that'll be a knock-on. So once again it's Bradford Northern being their own worst enemies. Here we see the switch once again. It's Henry Paul. Sure, a name that we're going to hear a lot more of in the future. Flynn gets the ball away well. Great play by the youngster. Nigel Bell. And it's never say die Wakefield side. They're in there, they're hanging on. They're taking the game to Bradford Northern. And there's a little knock on, that takes the pressure off Bradford a little bit. Right on the 20-minute mark now. Bradford Northern 18. Wakefield Trinity 10. Watson into the line, there's a big gap there. Decides to put the ball inside to Nulov. Nulov though going right into the cover from the Wakefield Packers. Watson takes the ball in again. This time it's Medley who scoops away, knocks off one. Then the Wakefield defence managed to pull him down as Summers shoots across. Fox to Heron. Little ball inside to Fairbank. He walks straight into the welcoming committee of Steve Durham and John Clancy. Now Fox puts it in the corner, a little bit too strong. Brilliant kick, is it? No, it's just a little bit too strong. Has to go back right to the 25. One or two hoping that it would have run that one. But Fox, like a good captain, sticking to his game plan. As Henry Paul makes another 30 metres. As I said, I've been really impressed with this youngster. I'm sure he just has served his apprenticeship here with Wakefield Trinity. He's going to crop up again. He'll be one of the big clubs, whether it's in Australia or Great Britain. There's no doubt about that. The lad's got a great future in front of him. Summers. Well, look how those Wakefield lads have come out of the pack, picked the man up and dragged him back. Gratian. Well, he's done it once. I don't think he'll be doing it again, Paul, going from there. Fairbank. Once again, Bradford Northern trying to suck this defence into the middle. One-man rugby down the middle. Powell throws a dummy this time. Apart from a brief spell just before half-time, Bradford really haven't got this roll on. David Heron gets the ball away well. Medley just couldn't take it. Wakefield will get the ball, will they? Well, they decide to just run the clock down a little bit and take the scrum, not to put themselves under pressure. I thought it would have been wise to pick that one up and counter-attack down that left-hand side. David Heron taking a little bit of a knock there as he went forward. The way David plays, though, he does tend to leave himself a little bit exposed as he holds that ball to the split second before he makes that vital pass. Seems to be all right as the old veteran, though. He's back in the pack. Don't think he'll be too happy about going in the second row, though. Once again, Paul picks the ball alive. Gratian now decides, I've had enough of this. Let's start moving up, let's start putting them under pressure. Hanlon, not the better passer, and that's what pressure does. Now watch this lad go, what a step inside, just couldn't make it. Very, very late tackle from number 11, Nigel Bell. Paul looks at the touch judge. Well, this touch judge for me is certainly with 2, 3, 4 little things now which he could have been on for. Switch it blind, it's Fairbank, he's got a big gap. Sensibly doesn't try and force the ball. Once again he gets his leg pulled from underneath him. That's something else the referee's been told. Big gaps outside now, look at Heron. He'll go through this gap, thank you very much, he says. Bradford, though, you get the feeling they could just do it in that little bit deeper. Fox puts the kick through, the chasers are there. Whoa! Well, the Wakefield defence clearing that one at the very last second. Those chasers in there, Kebby and Summers. So once again, Henry Paul starts the game. Certainly hasn't got his kicking butts on his last couple of minutes. Fox flicks it up. Out to Dixon. Dixon with that characteristic leaning stance of his. Fox again. To you-know-who, Dave Watson. He gets the ball to Summers, who tries to step inside and Medley this time to go away from marker. And maybe Bradford Northern are paying the price for taking away that specialist hooker who plays that marker position with Trevor Clark leaving the pitch. Seems to be that anybody goes there for the moment, anybody else seems to be there. Once again it's out to Heron. Heron just holds the ball up for Gratian. Gratian comes off his shoulder, back inside to Heron. Heron steps, but it's gone back. Wakefield have the ball, and once again Bradford guilty of just trying to force that ball a little bit too much, making those basic errors. That's more like it from Fairbank. Now a good second of 6 tackles from Bradford. Durham takes the ball in, and Bradford come away with it. Heron again, the little step. Fairbank blasts through. Christie with the tackle. Now it's Dixon. Bradford gathering round to play the ball. Fox calling the options. Roy Powell out wide. There he is. Kevin's coming to the line. He popped up from nowhere, the little fella. Popped up there on Sunday at Sheffield and got a vital try. Bradford barging over. Can he get it over? Yes, he can. Good try. That could be the game breaker. That could be the one that breaks the heart for this Wakefield through the defence. So Lee Hanlon now has taken over the kick-off duties, have he, for Henry Paul? No, he hasn't. He's just putting the ball on the spot for him. This time Bradford get it. Dixon goes powering in. As Powell, in I think on his second touch of the evening, takes the ball forward. Roy Powell has to take that one. He jumps up for it. Not the best to pass it for acting half back for Mr. Medley. Herring again. And just skipping through these tags. Got a man outside him. Gets the ball away to Medley. This will be try time, will it? Henry Paul's across. And what a brilliant tackle by the youngster. The lad's got even higher up in my estimation now. And then the ball goes into touch. Well, that just proved there that the youngster's got really all the tricks in his top drawer. Wonderful tackle. There's not many can bring Medley down in top flight, has been shown over the years. But across he went, a classic tackle. Well, Bradford Northern working it down that blind side. Powell now stepping through, just can't get over. Dyle desperate for a try. Always been a prolific try scorer in whatever level of rugby he's played at, as young Dyle Powell. When he came into the first team, I think he was top of the try list till he had that rather nasty injury. Well, there's all kinds of things going on here. Bradford Northern knocked it all, the man injured. Mr. Connolly stopping the game immediately. As Miss Griffiths runs on to treat the player. She's calling for assistance. Well, everything seems to be okay, and it wasn't the Bradford Northern visit, so I apologise to Marie. A little bit too fast for her. Heading again. Puts the ball inside to Powell. He steps out of one and going forward. Roy Powell had a good second half. David Heron now very much at the helm of things. He wants the ball. Little ball back inside to Dixon. Now we're on the last tackle. Medley wants to go to acting half back. No, you don't, said David Heron. I'll have the ball. We'll try and run this one. Little bit of football skills from Newell. Doesn't quite come off. And once again, Bradford Northern a little bit at 6 and 7s on that last play of the ball. As Henry Paul drives the ball away. Now he steps inside. Well, a hooter going there as Matthew Fuller breaks through, gets a lovely ball away to Hanlon. Hanlon's got a man inside him, but Roy Powell read that one like a book. 11 years in the game, Roy Powell, all that experience coming to bear there. Chasing back and eventually getting dividends as Medley drives hard and straight. Dixon wants it. Bradford Northern working better now from the ruck. Coming, getting a roll on, wanting a quick play of the ball. There it is. There's Heron. Inside to Watson. Better play from Bradford. All it takes is a quick play of the ball. Has Heron got the pace? I hope he has. Yes, he has. Great try. Well deserved. And really that's the first time really Bradford Northern in the second half have got the bit between the teeth, got the roll on, had the quick play the balls, put the power on, they've support, they've got the players to do it. So Derek Fox, calm, cool and collective, right underneath the ball with his 9-iron, puts that one over. Minutes to go, we're going to see a late flourish from Bradford Northern, 28 points to 10, sorry I correct myself. Certainly, one can't fault Wakefield for effort, they've certainly tried hard. Just that Bradford have had all the big guns. I suppose that's why they're sitting proudly at the top of the division and Wakefield is struggling at the bottom as Medley hits and spins off, can't get his pass in. Watson telling Roy Powlett, I'll go tacked in half-back son, leave it to me. Summers now not managing to pass that ball out to Grayson, who stood the pace well, blasting through one, gets the ball inside to Watson again. This is great stuff from Northern. Powell, festival stuff from Bradford at the moment, keeping it alive well. Certainly there must be men out here. Yes it goes, here we go again. Yeah, champagne stuff from Bradford Northern. No try, said the referee. Well, how we got a forward pass there, I don't know. I was right in line with that one. Certainly no forward pass in my book. Mr. Conley certainly winning no friends here at the stadium this evening. So away we go again. The steam coming from the pack as it goes on as Hanlon takes the ball in. Been quite lively, little Lee Hanlon, since he came onto the pitch. Played his junior football with Dale Powell at the Middleton Club in Leeds. Now it's Nigel Ball, who's looking a little bit weary now, but he'll keep trying right to the end. He won't give the game away. So as we're going to 9 minutes, that score being disallowed, it's still 28 points to 10 in Bradford's favour. Big high ball, two Bradford Northern players under it. Obviously one of them did call for it. I thought they were going to break the golden rule of not putting a name on the ball, as they say in the game. Out to Fox. Fox brings his man round him, it's that man Watson. And all of a sudden, young Paul Grayson having a new lease of life. To Powell. He steps inside, he hits and he spins. Now it's Heron, he picks the big gaps. Wakefield though, clutching that ball, not allowing Carl Fairbank to get his pass in. Did he drop it? He looks like taking a bit of knock, does Carl. Hope it's not too bad, looks like something on the shin. Seems to be okay, does the big fella. It's Wakefield now playing the ball out to Andy Wilson, who drifted in. He spins out and gets the ball away well, does Wilson. Henry Paul though pushing and playing to the end as Wilson goes in again. Hanlon now. Good skills from the Wakefield side. Hanlon pushing Fox off, but Fox sticking to him. Won't let go of that arm as he sticks it out. One or two fans just drifting home now as Wakefield finally attacking this last minute. That's looked like a bit of a high tackle, but Bradford get away with it. The Wakefield fans don't like it. Little chip through, taken on the full by Bradford. That'll be a tap on the 22. Watson wants to get on with the game quickly. Surely those Wakefield defenders must be offside, and Watson passes one out. Lovely step by Kevy. Kevy gets away from his man. Going to take on the prop, he cuts inside. Nigel Bell climbing all over him. Watson wants it again. Certainly if somebody had to do a count with the number of times that Dave Watson touches the ball in the game. I think it'll surprise one or two specialists. Lost the ball there as little Derek Fox, linesman, doesn't give any decision. Said Fox loses it. Fox doesn't like it. Shakes it in disbelief.
Roof tile, Bradford North man of the match award tonight goes to number 1, Dave Watson.
Well, David Watson, as you can hear, as I said, being proclaimed the man of the match for Bradford, and it really just couldn't go to anybody else. The guy's been involved in everything. He must have played his line as many times as most of the forwards. He's certainly been on hand in all the attacks, and his defence has been thoughtless. So, Wakefield Trinity now, looking for a bit of pride in this last minute and a half. The ball comes out to Lee Hanlon, who just can't escape the clutches of young Neil Summers. And they're still attacking on the left-hand side. Once again, a very, very good tackle by Darryl Shelford on that far side, who's working from marker. Wakefield certainly not giving up the fight, keeping the game going as young Flynn drives forward. Well, the little scrum half looking round for runners there, but nobody with him on that occasion. Wonder whether Bradford Northern can just finish with a late flurry. Well, good skills there from the Wakefield, little pass on, a la basketball. Little chip through, Bradford have it covered. Now Bradford, they can just move this ball to the left. They've got numbers out here. Dave Watson. Certainly, as I said on his coin tonight, there's 3 players on him and they still can't get the little fella down. Gresham wants the ball, he takes it in. He's done well. Good yards by Paul Gresham. Bit of interference at the play of the ball, but he gets on with it. Out to Medley, Medley straight up, they've got a big outside. Once again it's Paul and Henry. Medley kicks through, has he got the legs? He's got them all as Paul Medley. If he's got 3, it'll be a try. Oh, just one kick too many by Paul Medley. And what would have been a great game, a great way to finish the game. But unfortunately Paul Medley just not having the football skills to finish off with. And little Lee Hanlon picks up the ball and shoots away. Wilson, he's come to life in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Certainly been involved in most of the things that Wakefield have conjured up in his last 5. Now in a bit of time added on by the referee is Mason, who has been one of my favourite players over the last few years. Had a very, very quiet game tonight. Is pulled to the ground, and it must be a knock on. Referee says no. Well, how about that one then, sir? You can't argue about that. Bradford have the ball. There goes the Ulster. The game ends in a little bit of a shambles, but a final score of Bradford Northern 28. The visitors Wakefield Trinity 10. They go deeper into relegation trouble, and Bradford Northern sit proudly at the top of the Premier Division tonight, ahead of Wigan. So well done, Bradford.